and welcome back everyone, and I am here back with another Challenge Fantasy Cast video, and I've gotten some suggestions on my challenge videos about possibly putting together a cast list for like a challenge all-star season or a champs only season. And I have to say, great minds think alike, because for a couple of weeks now, me and Jonathan were talking about doing a champs only season, especially now that Survivor is out with their 40th season, which is called Winners at War, which only features people who have won Survivor in the past, and now they're trying to see like who's the cream of the crop of Survivor winners with only winners in that season. And I would love for the challenge to possibly do that kind of season, so I have put together my cast list for a challenge champs only season where it's only people that have won the challenge before. I also have, towards the end of this video, we'll have some format and possibly maybe some twists that we can put into this challenge season, but I'm gonna go through this list and it's put together by most wins to least. So of course I'm gonna start off this list by suggesting to put on Johnny Bananas, who's won 6 challenge seasons. He's won The Island, The Ruins, Rivals, Battle of the X's, Free Agents, and Rivals 3. He's won the most challenge seasons out of anybody in challenge history. How are you gonna put a winner type of season and not put him on the cast list? The next one I have is Darrell Taylor. He has 4 wins to his name, and then there are 4 consecutive wins to his name. He won Gauntlet, Inferno, Inferno 2, and Fresh Meat. He's been on a couple of seasons after that, and he got really close with the Ruins. If he didn't punch Brad in the face and got DQ'd from that season, I'm sure he would have won that season as well. The next one we have is, of course, Chris CT Tamburello. He has won 3 challenge seasons. He's won Rivals 2, Invasion of the Champs, and War of the Worlds 2. How can you have a winner season without CT? You can't! The next one we have is, of course, Jordan Wisely. He has won 3 times, Battle of the X's 2, Dirty 30, and War of the Worlds 2. Again, you can't have a challenge season without him there. The next one we have is Challenge Maniac himself, Derek Kaczynski, who's won 3 times. He's won Inferno 3, he's won The Island and The Ruins. We saw him back on Dirty 30. Let's bring him back. Next one we have is Veronica Portillo. She's won Challenge 2000, The Gauntlet, and The Inferno. And when you're putting together a Challenge Champs only season, you have to do a lot of wish casting. So I'm telling you right now, I have a lot of people that have not been back on the challenge for seasons, for years, but I'm putting a lot of wish casting into this cast list because I would love to see him back on the challenge. And I'm gonna start with none other than Evelyn Smith. She has won 3 times. She has won Inferno 3, The Island, and Rivals. She came on the challenge at 18. She was hitting her peak, and she decided to peace out and do much bigger and better stuff outside of the challenge, but I would love to see her back. The next one we have, when we're talking about physical beasts, we're talking about Landon Lewick, who won 3 challenge seasons. He won the Inferno 2, Gauntlet 2, and Fresh Meat 2. He still looks beefed. He still looks jacked. I know he's been selling dental equipment and he's making great money at it, but I would love to see him back on the challenge. He was one of my favorites back in the day. The next one we have is Cara Maria, of course. She's won twice. Battle of the Bloodlines, Vendetta. She's holds the record for most consecutive finals in a row at 5. I would love to see her back on the challenge season by herself without Paulie and see what she can do when she has to focus on taking out winners and only winners. And of course, you can't miss putting on Wes Bergman, who's won twice. He won the duel, he won Rivals 2, he came in 3rd in War of the Worlds. So let's bring him in. Let's see if he can master manipulate winners, or if people are gonna view him that he's too big of a threat and they're gonna try to take him out early. The next one we have is Ashley Millionaire Mitchell. She has 2 wins to her name, Invasion of the Champs, Final Reckoning. She holds the most money in challenge history to date. Let's see where she lands on the barometer. Can she win it all, or is she going to be going out earlier than later? The next one we have, she hasn't been back since what happened to her in Rivals 3 when Bananas took all of her money, but I'm putting on this list, wish casting, that Sarah Rice would come back to the challenge for a winner-take-all kind of season. She has 2 challenge wins. She's won Battle of the X2 and Rivals 3, even though she didn't take home any money for Rivals 3. She still holds the win for Rivals 3. And of course, you can't put one half of Brain Candy on the challenge winner takes all season if you're not putting on her co-host, Susie, who's won 2 challenge seasons herself. Gauntlet 2 in the Ruins. She's never been formally booted from any challenge season, but she has 2 wins to her name. Let's see what the Alliance of Brain Candy can do in a challenge season together. The next one we have is Rachel Robinson, Miss Fitness herself. She has 2 challenge wins to her name. She has won Gauntlet and the Duel 2. She has done fantabulous in challenge season when it's just her and her alone. She's in fantastic shape still. I would love to see her back on the challenge. And this one, I really want to see him back on the challenge season. That is Abram. He is a 2-time challenge champ. He has won Inferno and Inferno 3. Please, Abram, come back. The next one we have is Tori Hall. She has won 2 challenge seasons herself. She has won Gauntlet 3 and Cutthroat. She's a 2-time challenge champ, and I know she hasn't been on for quite a while, but I would love to see her back on the challenge. The next one we have is the godfather of the challenge himself, Mark Long. He won the Real World versus Road Rules challenge, and he won Battle of the Sexes. We saw him as late as Battle of the X's, where he was paired up with Robin. And the next one we have here is Paula Walnuts. She won 2 challenge seasons. She's won Rivals and Rivals 2. She was such a staple in the challenge season for years and seasons. She finally won twice. We have to put her on this winner take all season. The next one we have is Jody Weatherton. She's a 2-time challenge champ. She won Gauntlet 2. She won the Duel. Let's bring her in. And of course, this is major wish casting. We've seen him host challenge reunions. We've seen him host Champs vs. Stars most recently. But before all of that, before his wrestling persona, he was on the challenge winning it. And that's right, I'm talking about Mike The Miz. He won twice in the challenge with Battle of the Seasons 2002 and Inferno 2. Can we just please, I know he has his reality show with The Miz and the Misses, and he does his WWE stuff, but can we just get him to sign a waiver and be on this Winners at War, Winners Take All Champs only season? And now we're getting into our 1-win challengers here, and that we have to start with Laurel. She won 1 season, and that was Free Agents, which is crazy to think that she's only won 1 challenge season in her whole career. She's gotten a lot of 2nd place finishes, 3rd place finishes. Let's bring her back. Let's see that intensity come in full focus when she's going up against winners and winners only. The next one we have is Zach Nichols, who won Battle of the Seasons 2012, his rookie season. He hasn't won since. He's been to a couple of finals. Let's see what he can do. The next one we have is Emily Scrum. She's only won once. Again, totally crazy to think that she's only won once, but she also made a couple of 2nd place and 3rd place finishes in her challenge career, but she only won once, and that was Rivals 2 with Paula. Let's bring her back. The next one we have, of course, is Turbo Turabi, Turabi Kamkarin. He won 1 challenge season, and that was the big one of War of the Worlds. Some people were thinking, oh, well, he won only 1 season, but he won one of the hardest finals ever. And again, some more wish casting. With this one, I have Coral Smith. She's only won 1 challenge season. Again, can't believe she's only won once, and that was Battle of the Season 2002 with her partner Mike The Miz. I would love to see her back on the challenge season, see what she can do. Next one we have is Dee, who's won 1 challenge season. That was War of the Worlds 2. Bring her on. Let's do it. Let's put one of the newer, more recent winners against all these challenge vets and see where she aligns. The next one we have is Brad Fiorenza, who's won 1 challenge season. That was Cutthroat. The next one we have is Alton Williams. He won 1 season. That was Gauntlet 2. He made a couple of finals. We saw him at the Universal Challenge Champions. I want to see him back on the challenge season. I'm going to start off these last 2 with Katie Doyle. She won once, and that was Inferno. She was ready to throw down, and she was never intimidated, and I would love to see her back on the challenge. And finally, I have Rogan, who won once, and that was War of the Worlds 2. He did not see a single elimination at all in War of the Worlds 2, and I would like to see him in a challenge champion setting where I know they're going to put his feet to the cold, put him in there by himself against all these challenge champs and see where he falls and see where he lies. That's the full challenge cast list. I also have alts. I have 4 alts, and that is Johanna Bada. She won once, and that was Gauntlet 3. We have Hunter Barfield, who won once in Final Reckoning. And then we have Jillian Zabriskie, who won one challenge season. That was Gauntlet 3. She also made the finals in Fresh Meat 2. And finally, my last alt is Dunbar, who won one challenge season, and that was Cutthroat. So I have a little bit of formatting for this season. I want to say, I want to see the best of the best. I want to see competitors competing against one another in challenge like classics, like the Hall Brawl, like Pole Wrestle, like Push and Pull. I want to see Balls In. I want to see these classic challenge eliminations and daily challenges going up against one another to see who's the ultimate challenge champion. So with this season, it would be a season where the 2 worst competitors in each daily challenge, 1 male, 1 female, will be sent straight to the elimination. Then the bottom 6, 3 male and 3 female, the bottom 3 of the males and bottom 3 of the females, will have to turn over the GOAT cards to see if they will be going into the elimination against the people that went in straight from doing the worst in the daily challenge. This makes the season more about the performance and less about the quote-unquote numbers. This season will have a redemption house, kind of like Survivor has Edge of Extinction for this season of Survivor Winners at War. But this one will have a redemption house, but it will be more like the Dirty 30 redemption house, where there will be redemption games every 5 episodes, where they will be competing against each other in like a bracket daily challenge to see which 2 people, 1 guy and 1 female, will be making it and winning it back into this challenge house and this challenge game. So it's not going to be pulling a double cross and then getting to pick who you want to see go in with you, and then if they lose, they go straight back to the redemption house and everybody just walks away. Like, that is so dumb to me. I hated that in Final Reckoning. And finally, me and Jonathan were talking about maybe like a purge or a mercenary thing, where there will be 2 mercenary games, or 1 mercenary game, or 2 mercenary games, one in the 3rd episode and the other in the 6th episode, where the two pairings heading into the elimination, so the last place guy and the last place girl, and then whoever flipped over the GOAT cards, will be going up against 4 runner-ups. That means they had to place 2nd place in a final in a challenge. And those runner-ups, if they win, will get to come into the game, while the champions who lost will go to the redemption house. But if the runner-ups lose, they'll just leave. They don't go to the redemption house. That's not how it works. So for Mercenaries for episode 3, we were thinking about putting in Theo, who got 2nd place in War of the Worlds, Nani, who got 2nd place in Free Agents, Leroy, who got 2nd place in Battle of the X's 2, and Jenna, who got 2nd place in Rivals 3, to face off against whoever challenge champs would be going into the elimination in episode 3, and then possibly a 2nd mercenary game happening in episode 6, where the 4 champions would be going up against Corey Wharton, who got 2nd place in Battle of the Bloodlines, Joss, who got 2nd place in Final Reckoning, Sylvia, who got 2nd place in Final Reckoning, and finally Teresa Gonzalez, who got 2nd in Battle of the X's 2. What do you think about that challenge cast and season? Let me know that in the comment section below. Is there a challenge champion that I overlooked that would probably do better in this challenge season against this high competitiveness? Let me know that in the comment section below. Or who are you rooting for in this challenge list that I put out there? Let me know that in the comment section below. What do you think about the mercenary games? Do you think that's like, no, thank you, don't do that. Just don't put a redemption house, don't do mercenary games, just leave it alone. And just let's go with these 30 challenge champions. Let me know that in the comment section below, because I'm like you if you think that, because I'm not a huge fan of redemption houses, but kind of like how Edge of Extinction and Survivor is, that you never see these people back on the challenge for a long time. If they never come back, this is the last time you'll see them, and if they lose, they're just walking out the door forever. And some of these people you want to see back on the challenge, and you want them to be on the challenge as long as possible. Again, thank you so much for watching. Let me know anything and everything you have to say about the challenge in this cast list down below, and I'll be back really soon with more challenge content, more cast lists, more deep dives, more brief histories, more challenge for the Challenge 35 season stuff. Let me know everything and everything you think about that, but I'll be back really soon with more challenge content, Survivor videos on Thursday nights. But thank you so much for watching, and until then, peace.